throughout California, a battle is being fought to protect the state's diverse ecosystem. And on the front lines are the state's game wardens.
We enforce everything. Drugs, violent crime, stolen vehicles and poaching.
They're killers, they're taking our wildlife illegally, and we have to stop them.
Outmanned and outgunned, they face danger at every turn.
You're like John Wayne out there catching outlaws.
You don't know who you're going to contact, what's going to happen. Every patrol could be your last day.
On this episode, the wardens bust a commercial poacher.
Police, search warrant, open the door!
Beat a trapper at his own game.
This is pretty bad.
And race to save young lives.
Doesn't look too good.
All in their pursuit of wild justice.
We are the last line of defense. And without us, you have no wildlife.
Okay, I'll let you know what we find. All right, thanks. Just got a call from one of our biologists talking about one of our studied mountain lions that has a GPS telemetry collar on it.
Mountain lions are one of the top predators in California, but they're an elusive breed. To protect the species, several universities and wildlife agencies track the cats with specialized GPS collars.
There's 24 cats right now currently that have telemetry, GPS, and radio collars on them. And we got a mortality ping from this particular cat. And that basically means that the cat was killed, we don't know by what, only 30 yards from a mountainside residence in the Santa Cruz Mountains somewhere. And very interestingly, 4 hours later, we get a second mortality ping 4 miles away down on the edge of the San Jose Bay Area. So that indicates to us that this cat was killed and dumped in this location where the second ping showed up. So we need to go find this cat and investigate what actually happened in this case.
The GPS collar indicates the lion died on a private ranch.
The collar's still working.
But before Norris can investigate the crime, he needs a body.
And I've got my GPS to coordinate where that waypoint is, and we're working our way to it. We're really close. Less than 50 yards. Let's go check it out. I'm looking for the coordinate where this collar was last given a signal, and it's somewhere right in here. So that collar could be anywhere right in this brush line. We're right on top of it. It's somewhere right down in here. Let's get Apollo out. Let her work her nose on a mountain lion. Come here. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. All right, we're only about 20 yards. It's somewhere. Come on, babe. Come on. See if she smells a dead animal. See if we have a lion. Find it. Smell it. Find it. Good girl. Of course. We don't have a cat, we just have a collar. It's been cut right there. This is one of our tracking collars. And if there was a dead cat down here a week old, she'd smell it and pick up on it right away. And all she's smelling is this collar with a little bit of lion hair and scent on it. So I definitely detect foul play. It looks like somebody killed a lion, realized it was collared, and dumped it here closer to the city. And now we have a collar but no cat.
The GPS showed the body was moved.
Come on, Apollo.
But an empty collar points back to the ranch where the mountain lion died.
I gotta get Pref and Tyson. We can get the canines out and let their noses work. This cat's been dead a week, and it could be buried, it could be thrown off the property somewhere, so we'll bring as many dogs as we can. These are between $5,000 and $10,000 of technology, very valuable to our study project, so we're gonna find this cat. There's There's no doubt in my mind they killed the cat. They didn't notify us as they're supposed to by law. Kind of went, uh-oh, big mistake. Cut the collar, drove it down the road, and just threw it in someone's yard to get rid of the evidence.
In California, it's illegal to kill a mountain lion without a special permit.
We only issue mountain lion depredation permits in specific instances where we have legitimate loss of livestock or loss or threat or damage to property. Where this cat was taken is on a fairly rural area of homes out on ranches. And now we're gonna find out how this whole thing got started and where this animal ended up. Yep. Here's his porch. Let's have a chat.
Cool.
Okay. Hey, how's it going? I'm John.
John, wash my hands.
No problem. How you doing?
All right. Well, what's up with you guys?
Basically, we have a cat that we know that was shot on this property
On this property?
on the 30th.
And it was literally like, I mean, right on that edge of your property, no more than 50 yards off your backyard window there. So,
It has a GPS collar on it. We know when it dies. And it was right here. So that's why we're here today.
and that's accurate within 8 feet. So,
Oh, no. No, not on this property, no.
Okay. Would it be okay if we looked around a little bit?
No, I don't want you guys looking around here.
Okay. Basically, the way Fish and Game Code works, I'm making a formal demand to see it. If we do locate it and it's on your property,
that's a serious charge.
anything to tell us?
No, I mean, no, I
Okay.
don't. I wish I did.
All right. Can we chat ourselves, just you and me?
I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Okay. Who could?
I'm not sure. I really am not sure.
I've been doing this job a long time. I mean, I'm looking 20 years. I've interviewed a lot of people. I know what I feel. I know what I know. I know what's here. You know I know.
It's not here, and I don't appreciate you guys being here.
Well, I don't like being a pain in anybody's ass, sir. I really don't. Okay? I understand where you're at. I get it. We're not trying to piss people off. We just got to find this cat. That data brought us here. Okay? That's all.
Please leave. I'm not comfortable with this. This is not comfortable to me at all.
All right, let's go make a call to the DA. Okay?
Call what?
District Attorney. So we'll come back with a search warrant and go that route.
Hey, wait a minute.
You know where I'm coming from.
We do, but I'll tell you what, we're wasting your time and we're wasting our time. Yeah, I'd rather
So
not be...
say we resolve this today. Let's say that did happen. Hypothetically, it did happen. Where does it go from there? You tell me.
There will be a citation right now. There will be a report, it will be looked at, and your story and your truth and honesty will determine where we go. And this is where the detection dogs come in handy. Their nose pick up everything that we can't, and we haven't had any poacher ever beat one of our dogs' noses when they try to hide an animal, so. If you are honest with us and we
will not be arrested.
You will not be arrested. You are not going to jail. We're going to recover the cat. When you study the cat, we need to hear what happened.
Okay.
Honestly.
Oh, it's straightforward. Killed 2 goats.
It killed 2 goats.
Second goat. And I know when I killed the cat.
There it is. Okay, killed 2 goats. That's
Jail now.
no, you're not going to jail. Did you?
Do you have any other goats, or are those the
No.
only 2 you got?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Did you bury those?
Yep.
Okay.
After confessing, the landowner leads the wardens to the kill site.
Went down easy with 1 shot from the 12 gauge. Okay.
Speeding on the goat there. She left one dead over there. Speeding on the goat here. Shot her from that window right there.
Okay. So you just left the goat then, see if that cat would come back in. That's how depredation works. Yeah, pretty much what we recommend if you have to put a cat down. So where are the goats now?
They're buried.
They're all buried? Okay.
To back up the shooter's story, Quintal helps him dig for the goats,
Pref, you want to do some digging? Let's try to pull that cat out.
while Norris and Prepper exhume the mountain lion.
Looks like a goat.
That's a hoof right there. That's just some of the hide that was left off. Probably from me shoveling.
I see some hair there.
I think it's
That's a paw. That's whiskers or, yeah. It's important to recover the mountain lion carcass in this case, one, to have the cat itself as evidence to the situation. But also, what we're gonna find out now is do a necropsy on the animal. Our biologists will look at that, they'll find out what it's eating, they'll find out what its range is, its habitat, if it had any diseases, and all of the GPS data that we got off of telemetry collars told us exactly what we thought, that it was killed here on the property, and that the collar was removed and taken to another place. I could see in his face that he had taken the cat, but he just didn't want to admit it. He thought he was going to jail today and everything else. But under these circumstances, he's completely legitimate in taking this lion under the laws of California. And he understands now that all he had to do was call us to get a permit, and we would have come up, seen the site, seen that it was legitimate, issued a permit, and we wouldn't have had to go to this level. But another case where technology pays off. Let's get out of here. Good work, guys.
In Mendocino County, Fish and Game mobilized to take down a commercial poacher.
That individual has been known to us for quite a while who's been suspected in abalone poaching.
An edible sea snail, abalone poaching is a multi-million-dollar black market industry.
They're not the cutest and the fuzziest and the coolest creature, but they are a delicacy in many parts of the world. The meat is so delicious, everybody wants it.
Mendocino exists on tourism, and a huge part of that tourism is abalone diving. If you take that away, it crushes our economy.
Poachers have pushed the species to the brink of extinction, so commercial fishing for abalone is against the law.
So the individual we're looking at also owns a house in San Francisco. So we're going to be serving a warrant at 2 locations all at the same time, here in Willits and a place in San Francisco.
Wardens believe the suspect is a major trafficker of illegal abalone to local restaurants.
The reason we're serving warrants at the same time is we don't want individuals calling each other saying, hey, you know, the game wardens at my place. We want everybody to be surprised at the same time. Don't want a bunch of calls being made. We don't want anything going out the back door, and we don't want people leaving. Okay, cool. You're on the back, Joel. Stay fishing game, please. Stay fishing game, please. Stay fishing game, please. How's it going, Bob?
Yeah.
We have a search warrant today. You want to come in with me? Let's make sure nobody else is here.
Okay.
Ma'am, I need you to sit down, please. You need to sit down out here. We have a search warrant. We're going to be searching the residence and everything today, okay? We're also serving a warrant at your place in San Francisco right now.
150 miles south in San Francisco, California.
We're going to be right down the street. This team is a specialized team, and they work very closely with our covert team. They do a lot of undercover work, a lot of surveillance work.
Police, search warrant, open the door! Police, search warrant, open the door!
Watch the back of the residence there.
Police, search warrant, open the door! Police, search warrant! Police, search warrant! Police, search
California.
Police, search warrant, open the door!
Fish and Game serve multiple warrants on a suspected commercial poacher.
Police, search warrant, open the door! Police, search warrant! Police, search warrant!
The San Francisco unit quickly takes control of the suspect's house.
Gonna start the search phase for evidence. We're looking for receipts, ledgers, anything indicating that he may be selling abalone, or who he sells to, who he buys from, that sort of thing.
They have at least 2 that they've seized so far, untagged, illegal. So that's about 8.5 inches. The legal size is 7 inches. It's pretty substantial abalone. They have to be tagged. These are untagged. That's a violation right there.
Certain varieties, they say, are going for up to $1,900 a pound. So it's worth a lot of money.
150 miles north, back in Willits.
If you could get everybody over to the restaurant, that'd be great.
The primary team searches the suspect's business.
Okay, we can look through all the places in the back. I'll let everybody know.
Come on. This way.
We got abalone shells over here.
There's stuff up here. We got a lot of wetsuits up here. I don't know what the reason would be to hide wetsuits. It just keeps going on and on.
Wow. Wetsuits by the case. Usually when you find all this brand new dive gear, you're looking at a dive shop or a sports store. Mr. Ng only owns a restaurant.
You can't touch everything. There's something wrong. Let's go.
I've never seen this many wetsuits in one place ever. These are abalone gauges. These are abalone irons. This is what they used to take abalone. These guys aren't going out sport diving to look at pretty fishies. Their sole motivation is taking abalone.
We found some of the items listed in the search warrant, so.
I'm not doing nothing, you know, you're not doing nothing, so I don't care whatever you put in video, but I can't do it though.
Grab something.
Dried abalone.
Oh, wow.
Smoked?
They smoked them or something, yes.
Smoked them?
What's up with the snake in the jar?
Oh, you got a snake?
Yeah.
Snake in a bottle.
Good find?
This is frozen.
Abalone out of the shell.
Supposed to keep those in the shell until immediately consumed. So
3, 4, 5. Right. In groups of 5.
I'm pretty sure these are undersized.
And they're out of the shell.
It's no bueno.
Minimum size for abalone in California is 7 inches. And, I mean, this isn't even close.
We found a lot of dive gear. We have undersized abalone. We have dried abalone. We have abalone out of the shell. We have a big abalone poaching ring.
Just gonna have to put all this evidence together and prepare it all and give it to the district attorney. So Bob, you need to realize.
Wait inside with that one, because if you go there, you go with that one.
Well, we're taking this because you can't have it. So this will be part of the evidence in court. Because you got abalone out of the shell. It's illegal.
In this county, you get off a lot lighter if you rob a bank than if you take too many abalone.
Plumas County, California. Working off a tip, Warden Nick Buckler investigates a bobcat trapper, walking the line between hunting and poaching.
Now, these trappers are required by law to check their traps every 24 hours or once daily, the law says, which is a animal safety or a humane thing.
The suspect is accused of setting dozens of traps, far too many to check on a daily basis.
My favorite part of my job is watching people who have a plan and want to do something wrong with resources. I will lay for 3 days with a bottle of water and a candy bar in a ghillie suit under a pile of couch, and I'll wait for you. And when you do whatever you do, I'll be there.
Oh, there it is, right there.
Sight bait is hanging right here. This is loose enough that it catches a little bit of wind to visually attract a target species, which is probably a bobcat. That brings in the biggest money. Bobcats, much like a house cat, they're going to see those feathers hanging. It's going to draw their curiosity out of them, and curiosity killed the cat. And as they get closer, they'll see a little cubby hole, and they'll see another feathery type item back in there, apparently bait birds. He's gonna cover it up to make it look as natural as possible. So this is the trip right here. As the animal walks in, basically its weight depresses, dropping this door, the animal's trapped. It's awfully cold out tonight, and with no food, no water, and not much cover, it's gonna sit here and most likely expire. It's got his tag on it here, which it's required to have their name and their trapping number on it. Let me sit and see if he's fulfilling his requirement and checking his trap once a day. Let's go get set up.
Buckler may have found one of the suspect's traps.
Now it's the waiting game.
But he still needs 24 hours of surveillance to prove the hunter is a poacher.
Whether or not this guy is within the law remains to be seen. It's not the glory job tonight where I'm just gonna sit here for 24 hours. Hopefully there's no animals stuck in a trap.
As Buckler continues his vigil through the night. In Tulare County.
3 bobcats, a firm.
Warden Mike Conley works a bobcat case of his own.
Some guys were taking out an orchard over here, and I think the mom had dropped their litter in one of these big brush piles, and the guys were removing the brush, and they found these 3 kittens.
So we'll go over there and see what's going on. When I get out of the job, it's kind of changed over the years. I mean, honestly, when I first got on, I really liked catching the bad guys, and I still do. That's obviously a big part of what we do. But I think over the years, I guess I take a little more enjoyment opening my eyes and just seeing where I'm at and enjoying the fact that I get to work outside all the time. I mean, on a daily basis, I can be in some of the most pretty spots in the state.
This is a passion of the heart, I guess you could say.
What you guys got?
A couple little kittens, baby bobcat.
I'll be darned. Do you think Mom's gonna come back?
I don't think she's gonna come back. I don't think so.
Were they just laying on the ground, or?
They were in the pile. They were in the and pile then as we were picking up and putting into the grinder, they're coming onto the ground.
Okay.
This one's doing too well.
Oh, yeah, doesn't look too good.
Yeah, he's bleeding out his mouth.
We'll assume that Mom's gone, and let's see what the rehabbers can do with them. These are young kittens, boy. They need I don't know what we're gonna be able to do with these guys. I'll give Critter Creek a call. They're a rehab facility up in Squaw Valley, and see if we can get them up there. I think we'll just set him here on the center console and try to keep him wrapped up in this jacket. Okay, thanks, man. Thanks for calling. All right, guys. I have a feeling Mom just dropped the litter in those piles where she thought it was safe, but obviously these guys are clearing this orchard, which is very common around here. I mean, it goes on all the time. That's part of this industry, this county, so it was good that those guys called, and we'll try to get the three that we have over to the rehabber and see if they can fix them up. Not every little critter can be saved.
In Fresno County,
We got three. This one is in sad shape.
Warden Mike Conley tries to save 3 injured baby bobcats.
I'm not gonna mess with them. I'm gonna let Louise do it.
Okay.
She's a permitted rehabber.
Critter Creek specializes in rehabilitating injured animals and returning them to the wild.
One of the sort of sad facts of rehab is that easily 95 to 98% of all animals that come in here injured are injured because of contact with man.
That's when wildlife gets in trouble.
We're out there picking up animals off the road. A lot of people are finding animals in their backyards. Vets call, the sheriff called Highway Patrol. I mean, there's animals all over the place.
They are wild animals. They want to be free. They want to be able to range. They are hardwired to breed and have young and to hunt, and their best defense is to be scared to death of people and to try to get away and stay away from people. We try to make their life as comfortable and as pleasant as it can be, but no matter how big an enclosure we can give them, it's just not the same. Babies.
Good Lord, they are tiny.
Yeah, I know. The bigger one is eating now quite well, and I finally got the littler one.
We know that one of them had damage to his jaw and was bleeding actually when we brought it up, and it looked like the weaker of the three.
Yeah, it's pretty bloody. So I think there were probably a lot of internal injuries besides the little broken jaw.
Looks like they're doing pretty good, as good as could be expected for such young kittens.
If the bobcats survive,
we'll keep our fingers crossed.
It will be months before Conley can return them to the wild.
Thank you very much, Louise.
Thank you.
Back in Plumas County,
No activity to report.
Warden Nick Buckler is in the final minute of a 24-hour stakeout.
There, we've got ourselves a case. Did the 24-hour monitoring of a trap. He's in violation in Plumas County right now because it's obviously not within the constraints of the law.
With a clear violation,
time to pound sand.
Buckler calls in Wardens Kroll, Ulrich, and Hernandez to shut this trapper down.
We're gonna search the entire trap line to make sure there's no animals left in the traps.
We're going to try and find some more traps because we believe this guy could be running up to 20 or 30 traps illegally. Sometimes things will pop up better at night when you shine a light on in them than they will in the middle of the daytime. All right, looks like we got something right over here. Take a look. You can just tell by the age of these tracks that these guys haven't been here in a long time. So, I mean, this is pretty bad. We can see that they've got a bunch of traps out. They're not monitoring it. Anything they catch is gonna starve to death, die of dehydration, whether it's something that is legal to kill or not. So that's why this is a big deal. We got these little lures hanging right there. So here it is. Well, nothing in it. Get this tag here. This is our guy. Now what we'll do is we'll just keep on going and see if we can't find any more.
As the night goes on, the wardens pull dozens of traps.
So let's just pull the rest of them.
Yeah, let's get this going.
Another trap set up at this spot.
Not enough hours in the day to get out there and keep checking all your traps and stay on top of all of them if you got over 30 out.
These are not convenient to get to.
Three traps down here, and I didn't see any animals in them, so could be him right here.
Plumas County, California.
These are not convenient to get to.
Warden Steve Ulrich tracks a string of bobcat traps left unattended by their owner.
So I just checked 3 traps down here, and I didn't see any animals in them, so could be him right here.
22, 25, 22, 23.
Copy.
Come up and meet me. Could be him right here.
25, you copy, you wanna roll?
Wardens Buckler and Hernandez move in to assist Ulrich.
Ran into the trapper. We're gonna go up here and see what the story is with him.
How are you tonight?
Good.
You out checking your traps tonight?
I am.
Okay, I need to have a word with you. Okay. He took a bobcat tonight, so there's no telling how long that was in there. Do you have your trapping license handy?
Yeah, I do. What were my violations?
Failure to check traps daily. I found 10 or 12 of your traps. Okay.
When did you move to California? It's been in the fall of '07.
Okay, so you've been here plenty long. You took the trapping exam and all that stuff.
I took that just this summer.
And all this should have been covered about checking your traps.
It was. I thought I could get away with it.
It's been almost 48 hours.
Nothing needs to sit in a trap for several days on end. That's just not humane. That's why we have the rule as far as, 24 hours.
Were you aware that you can actually have somebody come check your traps for you?
I knew about that. I knew I was running a risk. I knew that you were supposed to check your traps every 24 hours. Lots of my traps are on outback roads. It takes me about 3 hours to run my line. When something came up, I didn't, I thought it didn't have time to check my traps. I just skipped it. I mean, it was time I got cleaned up, I guess. I mean, I have skipped it before.
Okay.
The suspect faces dozens of violations.
How many traps does he have?
Around 30.
And the fines will be heavy.
We sat on one for 24 hours.
Right.
And you never showed up.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's one charge. Okay. And each trap is a count, which means you could be charged with 31 different misdemeanors. It's the same misdemeanor, 31 counts. The evidence of the violation is the trap. I'm gonna need to keep the traps.
Unfortunately, you're gonna have to go to court, but you're gonna correct behavior, and in the future, you can continue to trap and succeed.
Yeah. I call this a mistake I could have avoided.
Next time we meet, it'll be under better circumstance, okay?
I hope so.
I know it will be.
This is a great day for us. We had great teamwork. We made it happen. We put the hard work in, and we got our guy. Hopefully, he'll be better off, and he learned something.
Let's get rolling.
All right.
Cut this night down.
Go to Laughlin next.
Squaw Valley, California. Warden Mike Conley is on his way to see some old friends.
We're heading up to release bobcats that were in the orange grove. I think they were about a week old when we picked them up. Doesn't look too good.
Conley saved a litter of baby bobcats from certain death.
We brought up 3, and one of them had damage to his jaw and was bleeding.
Only 2 of the cats survived. And today, they're returning to the wild.
We're kind of the referee between the wildlife community and the public. By taking them to a rehab facility, we give them a shot, re-release into an area that's more suitable. Will they be part of the ecosystem?
As Conley heads to the release site. Back at the rehab center, the bobcats are being prepped for transport.
I think their progress is really great. They stayed wild. In this business, if they stay wild, it's a great thing, because you don't want them to come up to you, ever.
For most wildlife, imprinting on human beings is the worst thing that can happen, because all it knows is human beings. It has no idea that it's a bobcat or whatever. So their best defense is to be scared to death of people.
This is the friendlier one. I might be able to get her. Okay, they're getting smart.
Squaw Valley, California. After months of rehab, 2 baby bobcats are set to be released into the wild. But first, they've got to be caught.
This is what you want. You want them like banshees. This is the friendlier one. I might be able to get her. All right, now I have one, and the net now is out. Okay, they're getting smart, and they're very fast. Oh, no. The most afraid they can be of a human is the best thing they can be. The way they were bouncing around the cage when I was trying to get them, they really showed that they got some strength to them. All right. You always put them against the wall, the front of the cage, just in case. We don't want any premature releases.
It was a long road to recovery for the bobcats.
Hi, Louise. How are you?
Hi.
But before they can be free, they have to endure one last trip.
We are at Cahuilla Lake in Tulare County. We're kind of at the base of the foothills here, below 3 rivers. And we're gonna take them to a pretty remote area where there's suitable habitat for them and lots of cover, space, food. We're happy that they made it this far. You know, they were about that big when we found them, and they probably wouldn't have made it if the people that actually originally found them hadn't called us. So
It is tricky to be their mother and give them milk and not make them imprint on you to get really habituated to being handled by people.
What they need is a canyon. Then, are we doing this trail over here?
Yeah,
To
go
go
up
up
here,
okay.
yep, up over this mound, and we keep going back.
Until the old man passes out? Is that
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yep. Then I'll have to carry 2 bobcats and an old man.
Yeah.
When we let these guys go, it's really pretty impressive.
We're doing it this way mainly to get as far away from people as possible, to give them the best chance they can have. Their chances are up to them. You can't come back and feed them, so they're on their own. I'm just hope they're wise guys. I mean, really are fast learners, because they need all the chance they can get. I like the look of this canyon just right there. But I mean,
There's nothing back here, Dan. I mean, it's just miles and miles. There's nothing.
well,
You want them up there?
no, I just want to ask them a question about what's around this one, what's around.
Dan's like an old lady moving furniture. No, over here. No. I think it'd be better over here.
Okay, if we went to that ridge right there and faced them that way, but
Do you see all the tracks by the, in the
more
mud?
canyons. Louise would hate hiking with me because I'd go, wait, it's on the next ridge. Wait, I want to go over the next ridge. I want to go over the next ridge.
Why'd you bring him, Louise?
Okay.
I think they're good in here, man. I think we're in the middle of the boonies.
Yeah. Just out there in that space. Okay. Right there. We'll do that.
That little flat spot right in front of you, Bill. You have to have the right spot. I think we have it here. We've got adequate space, we have cover, we have water. They're far from any roads, far from any people. So we got everything, I think, that we need to make it a suitable habitat for them.
I mean, after a couple months, you feel sorry for them that they're in a cage, but now, I mean, it feels great.
Well, that's good. When I got them, they were as big as the palm of my hand and their eyes were closed. And you could barely even tell they were cats. They were just a little ball of fur. But they look pretty healthy. They look good. Our job is to protect the wildlife. That leads us mostly to dealing with people. But every once in a while, you get to see the other side of what you're protecting. It is kind of rewarding to see the animals rescued and then returned to the wild.
They have no idea what they're doing. They're just going to find another hiding place until nighttime. Hopefully they find a decent place where nothing can hurt them and they'll just slowly come out. Just hope the best for them.